Yo, what is going on, you guys? It's your boy King Sanders here, and we are back with another day of sports betting. This is going to be for Sunday, June 12th slate of MLB action. I'm super excited to dive into it. We have a pretty good slate here of MLB. It does go throughout most of the day. A lot of the games are kind of in the middle of the day, kind of around noon-ish though. But regardless, we do still have a really good slate. It should be very fun to watch, and I am really excited to dive into it. Before we do, I did just want to go ahead and say that we are still currently on the road to 7,000 subscribers. So if you guys are new, make sure you guys do like, comment, subscribe, and turn on that notification bell so you guys know whenever I post. Next, I did just want to go ahead and give a quick shout out here to all of our members here on the channel. Thank you guys so much for everything that you guys do. And thank you guys so much for giving such a small channel such a big chance, as I always say. It truly does mean a lot to me. Now, without any further ado, we'll just go ahead and do a quick recap. Obviously, we didn't have a video yesterday. I got called into work again early, and it was just kind of a mess. But we did end up having, the same game parlay that was on DraftKings. That was plus 175. So we had Al Horford over 2.5 assists. Excuse me. That one ended up working out for us. I believe he finished with 4. Then we had Wiggins to make 1 3-pointer. He ended up making 2. He had a pretty good game. And then we had Derek White to make a 3-pointer. He ended up with 3. The only other leg that we had was Al Horford, 7 or more rebounds. He finishes with just 6. It was very, very unfortunate. And then there was that DraftKings boost as well, which brought it up to plus 227. Tremendous value. And we were 1 rebound away. It was very, very tough. But, it is what it is. We were very close to that one, but then we did have the Rockies team total under 2.5 versus the Padres, and in that game they ended up getting shut out. So that one ended up working out for us, so I'm really glad that it did. We ended up going 1-1, I guess, if with the parlay, ended up going 1-1. But our one official play did end up hitting for the Rockies team total under, so I'm glad that one ended up working out for us. So let's go ahead and dive into today's plays. I don't want to waste too much time here. So our first play of the day, we're going to be taking Houston. We're taking Houston in their run line, which is minus 0.5 in the first 5 versus the Marlins at minus 145 odds. Now, Houston in the first 5 innings of the game is 34, 17, and 6. That's their record as of right now. So they've been really, really solid here in the first 5 innings of the games, which is the 3rd best in the entire MLB. They are also 15, 7, and 1 in the first 5 at home this year. So they do a really good job of in the first 5 at home. Also, the Marlins on the flip side of things, they are just 20, 24, and 10 in their first 5. So they have not been so solid in the first 5. And even at home this year, they are even. I believe the record, I didn't write it down unfortunately, but I believe that the record was 11-11 at home. So they are pretty decent at home, but this one is on the road, and on the road they are 9, 13, and 4 in the first 5. So they just have not been very good, on the road just in general this year, but especially in the first 5. Also, Justin Verlander is going to be on the mound for Houston, who has a 2.13 ERA this year. He's been very, very solid, and a 2.1 ERA at home. He has not gone up against the Marlins yet this year, but over the course of time, he's been pretty good against them. So hopefully it does end up working out for us. Hopefully they can be up by 1 or more at the end of the first 5. So that's going to be our first play of the day. Houston minus 0.5 in the first 5 versus the Marlins at minus 145 odds. Now, for our second play of the day, we're going to be taking the Rockies plus 1.5 here versus the Padres at minus 125 odds. And I'll be the first one to say this. There's almost no stats to back this up, and I will be completely honest with it. But I just think that this is a very good spot to be taking a Rockies team that did end up stealing the last game from the Padres. So I do think they're going to be able to keep it within 1. And I know Colorado, they are just 14-14 to the run line on the road this year. Definitely not great. Definitely doesn't scream, let me hammer the Rockies. But on the flip side of things for the Padres, Blake Snell is going to be on the mound, and he is 0-3 in games that he has started this year, and he has had a 5.68 ERA on the year. He has not been very good this year, and so this is the perfect time to be hammering a Rockies team that has the ability to get hits. He hasn't, they're not like a Dodgers team or anything, but they definitely still can get hits for sure. And Blake Snell at home this year has a 6.75 ERA. He has not been very good at all this year, and he has not been very good at home specifically. Also, in Blake Snell's last matchup versus Colorado, which was at the it was around this time last year, but he has in his last matchup versus Colorado, he had 3.1 innings pitched, and he gave up 7 runs. So if he's given up anything close to that, it's going to be very tough for the Padres. They're going to have to score a lot of runs to be able to cover it. So I really do like this play quite a bit, actually. So we're taking it. Rockies plus 1.5 versus the Padres at minus 125 odds. Now we do have a hitter's parlay as well, so let's go ahead and dive into it. This one, if you guys remember from my last hitter's parlay, we had Ketel Marte to get a hit, and we had Paul Goldschmidt to get a hit. Paul Goldschmidt had like 24 of his last 25, or it was something crazy. Since we have taken that parlay, he has not gotten a hit in 3 straight games. So I wanted to hop back on the train. He's due for a hit. He definitely is due for a hit, but with 3 straight, I couldn't really do it. So without any further ado, this is a 2-leg parlay that I believe has a very good chance of hitting. It's plus 111 odds, so definitely good odds. So let's go ahead and dive into it. So the first one that we're going to be taking is Shohei Ohtani to record a hit. He has gotten a hit in 8 straight games, and I think that he is going to be able to get that once more. The second leg of it is going to be Joey Votto. Joey Votto to record a hit. Dude has been on an absolute tear, and we all know that. Joey Votto has gotten a hit in 13 of his last 14 games. So hopefully all we're asking for is just 1 hit from each of these guys, and we'll be bringing home a nice little payday. So that is going to do it for today's video. It's last time for the parlay, Shohei Ohtani and Joey Votto to both record a hit at plus 111 odds. So that is going to do it for today's video. If you guys did enjoy, make sure you guys do like, comment, subscribe, and turn on that notification bell so you guys know whenever I post. Like I said, we are on the road to 7,000 subscribers still, so if you guys are new, make sure that you guys are subbed. But that's going to do it for me. This is King Center signing out. Peace.